I had a bit of an issue with this hub last week. The lug nut was tightened down on this stud, but not tight all the way because it got stripped and whatever. So only these three were tight, and then with only three of them being tight, they worked themselves loose and kind of ripped into the rim, destroyed the rim. And then when I tried to pull this lug nut off, it ended up breaking the studs. So I got 4 new studs. I know I'm going to replace this one and this one, but I might just keep these 2 and keep the other 2 for a spare in case it happens again. But here's how you get these things out. Go get the other ones. Screw it with the heat. I ended up taking one of these old pins that I used for my grapple bucket and just beat the crap out of it with a hammer and got those down. This one looks like it's a little bit of a gap. That one's good. I got a couple more hits on this one. We're good to go. But yeah, that's it. That's for the new studs. And now I will show you the rim, how badly this thing got hammered. So it looks like, well, it doesn't even matter. One of these was loose because of that bad stud, and it was able to just flex back and forth and get the other ones to loosen up just enough to where the rim would wallow around in it, and then it just tore the rim apart. So I bought a new rim. Oh, they forgot to give me a valve stem. Let's see if I can't reuse that one. Got a new rim, and get this, I got a little tire bead breaking machine, and installer. I'll dig that out and get to work. When you get these little trailer or tire tools, you kind of want to mount them to something. See a lot of guys, they mount them to a pallet. I just don't have enough room in here for all that, so I just kind of have it on the floor. Just kind of work with it the best I can. So the way these work, and it works better when you get the valve stem out, but I can't find my valve stem tool. So I've been just using a screwdriver to let the air out, but you get this, kind of jam that thing in the bead. Oh, there it goes. And it'll just pop off easy with a little bit of leverage. And then you want to flip it over and do the same on the other side. This rim is really bent. Okay. And this thing, you can, it's a tire dismounting and mounting tool. You can put it up here and get the tire off of it, but I just find it so much easier. If I had spoons, I think they're called tire spoons, it'd be even that much easier. But I just have some long screwdrivers. We'll go ahead and take the tire off. I have one small pry bar, but to get these tires off, you want to push the bead down on the opposite side. You get the tire over here, and then if you look along the edge of the tire, you'll see a small air gap. an inch or so, or a couple inches away from where you just were, and just go hand over hand. Until the tire comes off. Very, very simple. This has got a lot of slime in it too. Okay. Now to take it off the rest of the way. Ooh, a lot of slime. So, if you'll notice, the bead in here is about an inch long. The bead over here is also about an inch long. Some rims, the backside will be, 2 or 3 inches long. So you want to take the tire off the front side where the valve stem is. This one happens to be the same on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. But to take it off, just got to get it in there. Come on. It's always a little bit tougher taking it off the back because the screwdriver, this is where tire spoons come in. They're shaped to get in here. And I should go get a set, I just haven't. But once you get it off a certain amount of, the tire just rips off. So I bought 2 new tires. But I have 2 really, really bad ones. And this one is worn on this side more than this side, and usually that happens with overinflation, and it's always the inside. So I'm just going to flip this tire around, put this to the outside, so we have fresh meat here, because the other mower, they're balled all the way across, so I want the 2 new tires for that one. And then later on in the season I'll get 2 new tires for here. But let me go get the rim, get this cleaned up a little bit, and I'll show you how to mount it. Yeah, no luck on saving that valve stem. I ended up ripping this ring off all the way around when I tried to pull it out. So I had to go up to the store and get new ones. So I just throw a little penetrating oil on it. And then luckily I found my valve stem tool, or else you'd have to find something else that screws on here, because you need to pull on it. There we go. You want to get the valve stem tool on there, and with the penetrating oil, just pull on it and it'll come right through. Yeah, and you just want it seated up against the rim, inside of the rim like that. So now that's on, go ahead and throw this tire on. Now remember I said I wanted the worn out treads towards the outside of the machine, because that that wears slower. So I want to put this on with the valve stem facing up. So I take a little penetrating oil. You can use soapy water. I've seen also people use grease. But this is what I have on hand, and it seems to work pretty good. So just put that on there. And if you can't get it on, well, I got it on by hand, but if you can't get it on by hand, just kind of do the opposite with the screwdriver. In fact, we're going to have to do it on this back side here. Wipe off some of this slime. I don't mind that the slime's in the tire, because it does a good job of sealing any holes that could possibly come up, or since this is not a brand new tire, the bead, sometimes if the tire goes flat on the job, you'll get a bunch of dirt and crap on the bead, and air can leak past that. So with this slime in here, it helps seal all that crap up. So let me spray a little penetrating oil on this one. I'm going to try to get on the inside of the bead, of course. So the way you're going to get this tire on now, okay, so the way you want to get this on is the way I do it. I like to put a knee on the back side here. A couple of these. Another way to do it is where my knee is, and I've done it in the past. You take a pair of channel locks and put it on the rim, and that keeps the bead from walking off. But like I said, this is the tire that's been on. It's not a brand new stiff tire, so it goes on fairly easy. But it's the same process with a brand new tire. You'll get it on. So now we have to fill it with air. There we go. So we're not seated in a couple spots. Oop, just popped on the front. And still in the back. Right there. There it goes. Sometimes you just bang it around for a little bit, they'll pop on there. And other times I've spray a little penetrating oil in there, and sometimes that helps it slide on easier. Ooh, dog poop, nice. Okay, so that's how I wanted it. Valve stem on the outside with the most wear, because this is the side that wears the fastest. So by the end of the season, it should be caught up to that and ready for new tires. That's it. I'm going to check the tire pressure in this one, air pressure in this one, and reinstall it. All right. Well, here's the stud, or the hub and the emergency brake. Let's make sure your emergency brake is released, which this one is, and your keyway. Your key is in the keyway, which it is, and you'll be able to get this on. Just like that. And once that's on, big nut on here. We'll get this cranked down. There it goes. All right. That's on. I got the hole lined up. Just put in the cotter key and or the cotter pin, and we're good to go. Before I go any further, there's a couple of Zerk fittings here that are hard to get to when the tire's on. So I'll get this one. It doesn't take much. That's for the parking brake. And then this one down here, I don't know what this part is called, but it's the part that holds the back of the deck. Okay. That'll do it. Now just put the tire on. not threading on too nice, so do a new one. See if it's the lug nut or the stud. Appears it was the lug nut. So it looks like I'm putting new lug nuts on all 4 of these studs. They're tough to load on the gun for some reason. That ought to do it for this fix. New hub, or sorry, new studs for the hub. I've lost a cotter pin, so new cotter pin. And put the old tire on a new rim, but put the worn out side on the outer edge because that wears slower than that. So we're good to go.